Hi there, it's Paul here from Hurricane Trading with the latest version of our trading indicator, and I'm going to take you through it, how to use it, how to get entries, and what to look for. Before I do that, I'm just going to quickly start this little program here. This one here. Okay, so the Hurricane Forex Trading indicator is everything you see on the screen. Okay, so it works with the MetaTrader 4, and it provides us with these fib levels. It provides us with entries and exits, and it allows us to trade in a really effective fashion. So basically, I'm kind of looking for a structure all the time, and we're looking for structure to our trades, and we're looking for bounces off of this gold and blue line, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So you can see here we've got a blue on this one. We're looking at dollar Swiss. It's actually late in the day. I haven't got any trades on now because it's about 7:30 in the evening, and normally I only trade till about 5 o'clock, and then everything gets shut unless I've got a good reason to keep it on. So basically, we've got an indication in the price. So you say green is buy, red is sell, and you can see, so when you've got a sell, you can look for an entry around there. When you've got a buy, obviously you stay out of it because you're in an uptrend, because the white line is above the gold line, which sometimes goes blue. And when it goes blue, if there is a really good place for an entry, but you need to wait for a breakout from here. Okay, and where's your target? The 50% fib. So you basically put your entry on there with a tiny stop and wham up onto the 50% fib, which pretty much went straight there. And in fact, it bounced twice on the 50% fib. It bounced down and has broken there. However, I'm not interested in shorting it at the moment because of the time of day, but I would like to be taking a short down. And so if I was to take a trade on this one, which I suppose I could do, but I've actually been interested in dollar Swiss, because if you look at the 4-hour chart as well, you can see that it's like a double top on that 50% level, and the target would be looking at coming back to this back here on the 23 point to the 23.6, but my worry is it ain't going to make it. So look in the daily chart, you can see we've had these double tops. So again, we're bullish. Overall we are bullish, but and there was quite a big down move there. So overall we're bullish, but it looks like it's changing direction. So it looks like there's a good chance of a bearish trade down to the 0%. So you can see how I'm using different time frames with the tools. So if I was to enter here, I'd be looking to take a short on a break of this Heikin-Ashi line. It's actually a 200 period Heikin-Ashi line, which is a bit difficult to explain because it's a sort of mixture between Heikin-Ashi and a 200 period moving average. So I'd like to see a break below, because you've got quite a good support level here. You see that? But you can see it all with this software, and you can see if halfway between fib levels is a good bounce point. So I quite like that for a short, so I'd probably go in on a short on that. Again, sorry, got MACD open here for some reason. Funnily enough, I don't know why. I think I was looking at it to just compare things. So going through the charts, you can see you get this congestion. Look at this. You're in a big sell trend because the white line is below the blue gold line. You get this gold area, but it didn't break up, it didn't make it through, it just bounced straight off of it. But the same thing happening here. So you can pretty reliably see when you can get a really good entry on a bounce. Okay, again, it's a bit, this one's GBP Aussie is a bit stuck. Here's a good one. Look at this one. So here we've got our trade. It's bearish. We've got the white line below the blue gold line. All right, it's bounced off that line there, but we need to have confirmation that it's actually breaking bearish. So I'd like to see it come out of the bottom of that white line. In fact, what we have here is a standard sort of. This is a standard sort of thing. It bounced off the 50% more or less, and then. In fact, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It goes up here to halfway-ish into the 38.2%, pulls back, and then goes up to its next target, which is the 23.6. Now, that's made a bit of a W there. There's a bit of a W going on. You can see there it starts and there it ends. I would expect a bearish pullback, a bearish move maybe even. So I'd like to see it come down back to the 38.2% before it thinks about going back up again. So obviously, if you're part of the Forex Signals group, you can actually get access to that from our website, hurricaneforex.com, and get hold of this indicator as well for your MetaTrader 4. There's a small charge for it of $50, just beer money. Not that I drink beer. So just going through some more charts. Again, you've got the same thing here. You've got a bounce up. It bounced quite nicely onto this into this container area, and then it bounced through the container area, and it's doing a pullback at the moment. That's expected. Where's it going? Probably to the 23.6% fib. Okay, it's broken out of this downward trend. Same here. You see, we do get the odd little signal. These are caused by engulfing candles, pin bars, that sort of thing. Again, here we've got a lovely dollar CAD trade here. You can see again the same sort of thing. You see how it doesn't make it. So I'd like to see a bit more. It's probably going to go a bit bearish overnight. I'm going to probably put a trade on this in the morning, maybe looking for a buy. Yeah, so that's good. But you can see how I'm going through and finding trades. Here's another one. You can see the way it's kind of made it to the 50% but not gone anywhere. And you see this really clear sort of green and red candle at critical points. Okay, there's a bit of one there. It's actually halfway between those two. There's a green and red. This is a fake out. You see that? It goes green, red, back to green, and doesn't know what it's doing. But if you hit on here, you can see you've got the old W shape. Actually, I think we're probably going to get a pullback and then a run up into this area on that pair. You can see how simple it is. So basically, I'm always looking for the same pattern, and I'll draw it here. So the pattern I'm looking for is, if we're bullish, we go up, we pull back halfway, and then we go up. Okay, so you tend to go for congestion. Okay, and we go up and we pull back. So let's look at it. Here it is. There's the congestion. There's the first rally halfway to the next fib level. So it actually broke out. If it makes it, it pulls back like this, and then we're off up to the main run up to the 50%. So let's see if we can see it again. There's a bit of it here. There's a bit of congestion there where it gets stuck in these lines. It goes up to there. Where does it go? It pulls back halfway, and it goes up. It actually goes all the way up to 38.2% fib here. Okay, where's it go next? Now it's in a bit of confusion. In fact, it goes the other way, goes up, pulls back up halfway, bounce. You can see that pattern repeated and repeated and repeated on the charts. So we're looking for that consolidation, rally up, pull back, up to the next like that, or the same thing downwards, consolidation, down, up, down. And the chances are it will happen somewhere here. You see how that goes blue. That's to warn you that there's probably consolidation going on. Okay, let's go to Shift Tab. Same here. You see how we've got this consolidation in Euro Swiss. It's been going on all day. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's bounced off the 0%. It really doesn't go anywhere. So we, stand aside on that one. Let's go to the next one. Again, this is dollar, euro, yen. All the yen pairs are flying at the moment. But what worries me is someone somewhere is going to have to correct that. There's no way a currency can run like that. It's just not right, and so it's going to hit 100% probably today. I would have thought that somebody somewhere in the Japanese yen world will actually correct that. They're going to have to correct it. You can't let it run like that. No currency should run like that because of the bonds. So again, you can see here CAD yen again. You can see that there's break up, pull back, break up, pull back. If it goes above the 100%, I mean, obviously the system adjusts for the fib levels. So the fib levels do adjust on a daily basis to match the charts, to match where it is. Here's another example of, you can see the same sort of patterning going on. Not so clearly, got to say. So there's a bit of consolidation, a breakdown. It actually then broke back up to here. Then it broke all the way down to here. More consolidation. Weird off rally. That's probably some news there. Then it broke down, and this is the start of a new week here. So, yeah, there's the 5th of September. So, 5th of September, in we come. That's the start of the new week. Consolidation. Fake rally. Then it goes down. Here we go. So, this is the same pattern. Consolidation. Down to here. There's the pullback. Then it went all the way down to the next one. It's very messy. It's not always the same. It's not it's not a clean thing. It happens, and when it happens. So, for instance, we've got again probably this going on here. So because of the time of day, it's very, very slow, but I would like to see a pullback halfway and then up to there. So I'm looking for that pattern all the time. And this tool allows you to see where it's happening much more easily, because you can see it always kind of consolidates around in this level. So there's no trading in there. So you might have to. So this is the open of this week. It's now Wednesday this week. So again, let's look at that pattern. There was consolidation here, sat here in this level, kind of broke out. Then there's a change into a buy. So you'd probably be sitting on it waiting. You wait for maybe wait for the change. We're in a buy anyway, so we're in a long-term buy. Everything's buy. Okay, there's a white line. That white line's above the gold line, so you want to be looking for buys. Buy comes on, bang. Take the buy. What happens? Okay, so we've got the consolidation here. It goes up. Here's the pullback. Back to the next fib level, look, 38.2. And then it rallies up to the 50%. It, in fact, goes halfway between the 50 and so then it pulls back. What's the next move? It actually does this, so it would probably stop you out. You could short it down to here, but basically you'd probably want to go long somewhere here with a stop. It would probably stop you out, to be honest, this bit of randomness. And then it goes up to here. You can see it does the same thing. Now again, with this pair, the Aussie yen is showing the same stuff. Lots of rallying, bit of consolidation, but there's no pullbacks, which is worrying me, and I think there's going to have to be some correction in the market, and when it comes it's going to be big. But again, this is a much more structured chart. Same sort of thing, consolidation, first rally, pull back to the stop, it breaks and stops there. Look how they tie up, 23.6%, 100 period Hikanashi. Okay, how it breaks, it stops there, it just doesn't make it past it, because there's two things stopping it. And then it goes its first rally, tries to pull back, doesn't, pulls up to the second 50%, and then pulls back again. So I keep going through the same pattern. Now, how do you do your entries and stops? Obviously you can enter whenever you want to, but the closer you can enter, so for instance, if I was looking to enter on this pair, okay, I'm looking for normally some kind of signal, so I'd look for something like a break out of here. See, that's an entry. I could take an entry there. My first target is always the first fib level, because I know that it's going to pull back. Then I hang around and wait for it because it's bullish. So I know I take bullish charts, give it a few candles, and then I'm going, it stopped there. There is a bearish pin bar, but actually it doesn't happen. So I'd probably be entering here with a really tiny stop, with another target of there, or actually a target of here. But what I would do is when I got to here, I'd move my stop from there inside the entry to protect the investment. So I'd start taking the profit out at that point. So that's the way I kind of trade. I've been trading it, very successful. You know, and you can see the same pattern happening all the time. It's not always perfect, but it does happen. Look, it's a little bit. See, it bounced off the 100 period Hikanashi up to that it broke that fib level, went straight to the next one, pulled back halfway, exactly as we expect it, goes up, did a little bit of consolidation, rallies up. Where does it go? It pulls back halfway, and then it kind of gets a bit stuck, so it does a double top because it can't break that level. Very important level here. Okay, then it pulls down again, and it's right down here, and so you can see the same pattern is pretty much repeated throughout the markets of testing and untesting and retesting. I don't normally have MACD open. I think this is from a bit of an experiment I was doing earlier. But so that's it really. I hope that's helpful. That's how you use the Hurricane Forex Trading Indicator. Look for your so here we're in a buy. Look for your entries. Where it goes blue, you know that there's a possibility of a breakdown like this, where it has actually broken out. But if it doesn't break, it's just going to fly up. That's really, and if the same thing on the inverse. So see here, it's got up to this level. It's got to the 100 period Hikanashi, which is also surprisingly halfway between the 38.2 and the 0%, and the no, that's not 50%. So it's thinking about what it's going to come down. It's got to. It's in a bearish trend. Okay, so it's just getting that In fact, this is NZDU. I actually did a trade on GBP USD where I took a short up to there, pulled it back, and took another short out of it. This is a good trade for a short, but I'm having a rest now, and I'll be trading. I normally like to trade at the start of the London Open as my start, because that's when there gets more volatility in the market. Looking at the US Open as well, about 1:30 we normally get US news as well, seeing what pushes that where. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. So to get hold of this indicator, just go to hurricanetrading.com, and also I must recommend the Forex Signals group. There's a link on hurricaneforex.com to that. If you join that and you get this, you're going to have some really powerful tools for trading. Thanks very much.